first off, my job, once you hire me to inspect a house for you, is just basically to describe the house and all the conditions present. I'm also an educator. So especially for a first-timer, somebody who hasn't owned a house before, or even somebody that's not familiar with this kind of house, if there's a lot of different systems than what they're used to living in, it's a great time for them to learn about the house. So we encourage you to follow the home inspector around during the process. I don't mind talking as I look at things and take pictures, and then as I'm explaining different defects or different conditions or different systems, that gives the customer, the buyer, a perfect opportunity while we're standing right in front of those items to ask questions so that they can be really familiar with the systems and really clear about what the deficiencies that we're flagging exactly are. So definitely follow around. When you're booking your appointment with a home inspector, if you're not using us for some reason, make sure that that's something that the home inspector is comfortable with. There's no reason why you can't follow them around, except for dangerous areas. Obviously, we're not going to let you climb on the ladder and come up onto the roof with us or up into the attic. Or if there's a really tight, confined crawl space, you probably shouldn't go in there. But anywhere where it's safe, you should be able to follow around and go through it with them. On a similar note, a lot of first-timers do bring relatives to the house. It's not uncommon for a young couple to bring their dad or their friend or their uncle or somebody else that might be more familiar with house maintenance with them so they can kind of help just be a second set of eyes for them, which is fine. I know a lot of real estate agents out there maybe cringe when they hear both the buyers are bringing their dads. We don't care. I know dads want to help us, not that we need their help, but they might ask questions as well, or they might be able to help clarify some of the findings. So bring anybody you want. The only thing that I would say is I try to instruct when we have a large party like that, stay with the tour. When you get to the inspection, or even just before you get to the inspection, you should kind of have a certain mindset. And so there are three things that I like the customers just to kind of keep in the back of their minds. Thing number one, this is important. I don't care what the listing agent said. I don't care what it looked like when you walked through it. There is no perfect house out there. Pretty much every single house is going to have some type of deficiency. Be prepared. My job is to find those. So we're going to document them. Now, they're not all earth-shattering. Some houses have lots of deficiencies that are all kind of minor things that can let go, and some houses have major deficiencies, which is why I like you to follow me around so I can clarify the difference between this is urgent, this is going to ruin your house, or the window lock on the third floor doesn't work. I have to tell you about it because it's broken, but it's not a huge deal. And then the last of the three things that you want to keep in mind is it's not your house yet. Yep, I said it. It's not your house. So if we find a bunch of stuff wrong with it and it terrifies you, all right, you don't have to buy it. It's not yours. You don't have to fix it. It's not yours. It's somebody else's problem. We put a huge report together. It's not big because I'm trying to justify what we do. It's just big because we have to document an entire house and every system in the house. And we give a lot of information. And, of course, the deficiencies also have to get documented because we're here to tell you about all that stuff. The items in the report that I like to tell my customers to kind of hone in on are the urgent repair items or the more catastrophic items. I hate to use the word catastrophic, but those are the kind of items. And those items could be water leaks. No matter how major or minor, a water leak can cause other damage. So that would be an urgent item. Safety items like dangerous electrical, maybe asbestos or mold where you have an air quality compromise. And then items that make it impossible for you to finance or occupy the house. For example, if the heating system has failed. The last thing is items that are expensive and probably close to the end of their useful life that you just don't have the money to fix. So if I tell you that the boiler in this house is 73 years old and it's made to last about 40 years, but it's working today, you should be planning for a new one soon, right? Those are the items to focus in on. Items that are expensive, items that are dangerous, items that make it impossible for you to occupy or insure or finance the home. All the other items usually can wait, and you can get to those when you get to them.